Welcome back to Why Does No One Remember Me in This World? Anime Review, episode number 2. Well, we're here reviewing episodes 3 and 4 for the series. So, in these two episodes, they basically go to the capital. First, they have the characters drive in the abandoned tunnel for the royal palace, and they arrive there. So they have to take these demons on the first floor, and they move up. Have John take care of some more. Of course, apparently, get this: the material that she's woven to her armor is from basically elven material, which apparently she took from a raid on Elf Village. Interesting. I hope they show what elves look like in this series because so far we haven't seen an elf yet. Like there's mentions of elves. We do get a little more development on Rene a little bit later on in episode 4. Gets that. So, and then of course, basically we get to next floor where Rene is stopped by more demons, and then episode 3 ends up. They're going all this stuff here. By the way, there's a funny bit where Saki and what was his name? The guy who's with them. Saki and Asran. Yeah. So go. The tunnel is a funny bit where Saki basically is very nervous, like why is she along? And Kai basically gives a good reason why, because these two, he trusts them. He does get a little more detail exactly like how they are in the other world, and how drastically different, specifically they look like them, than personality. So, by the way, then of course when he gets to the throne room where Vanessa is, we finally see what she looks like, and she's a succubus, and she looks like this. I'm like, damn, what a beautiful woman. Oh my gosh. And basically the animation portrays her as like, they make it very sexualized. And also the fact that apparently as soon as she's Kai is like, wow, I want to have, she's like, shoot. It's like as soon as she's Kai, who apparently is immune to her charms, it's like as soon as she sees him, she wants to have sex with him. Kind of. He's like, oh, I just do. And he's like, no, I want to fight. And of course, you have her cross her legs, uncrossing them, act like she's like Sharon Stone from Basic Instinct with the whole cross-like thing. But at least she's not wearing a skirt. Here, she's wearing pants as outfit. So he proceeds to fight her, and of course, Rene comes a little bit later. We found out Rene is actually an amalgamation of basically a species like dragon, celestials, spirit, demon, like 5 or 6 different species. Apparently she was created at some point, so... And of course she has some fighting. Of course they summon the sword. By the way, Kai does ask her if basically tells about the ultimate reality where she was defeated by the Prophet Sid. And it's shown she actually does kind of remember Sid. At first she doesn't, but later on she does. And it's a glorious fight between the two. Like, oh my gosh, this action scene was so good. At one point, it seems like Kai died, but they come back. Thanks to the sword. And then the creature from episode 2 shows up. Tries to erase Vanessa because she was errant programming for some reason. But luckily enough, she's able to break it to the point where he proceeds to leave. And the little fluffy collar, it's basically replaced by fire. And it's also on her arms as well. And she's like, huh, I can heal these wounds. Despite the fact the animation shows that the flame on her leg is gone. That must be animation here on the team. Oh, by the way, before I continue here, I have to talk about the studio who makes the show. I forgot to mention in my last video. The studio who makes this is known as Project Number 9. Yep, and this is only the 3rd ever series I have ever actually watched that they've worked on. Well, they created. The first one being, of course, Super X Heroes. Yes, I have watched that. Then it was The Vaccinations of a Shut-In Vampire Princess, which I did watch this in late 2023, I think it was. It was in summer I watched the whole thing. Yeah. The current show I have on there is one I've been very interested in watching in the future. It's Aqua MD Doctor Detective. Yeah, I've been really interested in this one. I'll probably watch in the future. Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, I had to look up and see exactly who voices Vanessa, and she is voiced by Natalie Van Sistine, who, those of you unfamiliar with her, those of you familiar with the show Spy X Family, she's the voice of Yor. You know, the female lead, one of the female leads this series, and one of the most beloved characters. A character who is like basically a waifu because she's so beautiful. Yep, that's the only series I've seen her in. Well, she's also been in the series Tsumunchi Moonlit Fantasy as Aqua. Not the one from Konosuba. She is basically the female lead in The Red Rain Begin Adventure in the World as Yandra. She's that one. She was in Super X Heroes. Like, okay. She was Overlord Scam Evero. Charlotte Mendane from One Piece. Stars and Stripe. You know, one of the characters they introduced, I believe, in the previous season of the show. Actually, it was the very start of season 7 they introduced her. Yep. That one. The big, bulky girl who was like 40, they had her die. But great character. I love the character. She is also in Kaguya Levels Warrior Tayomi Farjar. Let's see. She is Selene from Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. She was various characters in Demon Lord Retry. She was the Fox Devil from Chainsaw Man. Sasha's mother from Attack on Titan. You're thinking, wow, that's actually pretty good. Pretty good resume for this character. So, and of course, basically, Vanessa loses. And then, of course, she starts to remember, oh yeah, I do remember Sid. And there's a little detail of how the sword got inside the tomb. Apparently, Sid put it there. Actually, she put it there at Sid's request. Because apparently Sid foresaw a very strange event happening called world reincarnation. So it's like they reincarnated the whole world. Interesting. It's like apparently he foresaw this and basically erased himself from. It's implied he erased himself from reality, and Kai is basically taking the spot. And apparently it's implied she might come back, but she's breaking apart. It's like, next time if I use a warrior, I'll come at you as a succubus. Implying the fact basically she wants to sleep with him. Which I'm sure a lot of women basically will be fawning over Kai, per se. And after she's defeated, they kind of defeat the demons. You're like, wow, defeat demons just the first 2 episodes? Yeah, basically we're going to explore a lot of species here. There's also celestials, mythical beasts. Basically, it's implied that one of the other heroes did, not Vanessa. She's not the one responsible for Ultra Reality. Like, it's just that maybe she could have been, but she's like, no, I'm not the one responsible for this. It probably was one of the other heroes. So, that's going to be a plot thread stretched throughout this particular season. Now, I've read the book 3, and the timeline is now reversed by the end of the book. By that point, no. Basically, despite the fact she's defeated, they still got 3 other heroes basically to take care of. So they go to different countries. Kai's take with John, which of course they refer to as Genie by mistake, which is interesting. And, well, sets out basically next 10 episodes. Gotta admit, basically, still enjoying the series so far. Kinda good at basically take this one out. Now, in the next couple days, I'll probably be able to finish this one up and basically go back to King Andre. But that's pretty much a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit that dislike button. Okay? Next video. Bye.